Good morning. What I will talk about today is a little bit of generalization of what Mr. Bertrand described. It's amazing how your organization has come up with the data required to drive the initial reasons for innovation. That's impressive. So what I will talk about is a little bit of a generalization of what I hope I can meet that Mr. Bertrand talked about, which is the social impact of new technologies. The social impact of technologies happens when they are used in the creation of innovative and highly differentiated, high-value products and services to address society's needs. Emphasis there is on the society. In other words, a lot of this innovation and invention and so on are pretty much useless unless they address the needs of the population. These products and services make people become more creative and productive and an overall better quality of life. Companies that innovate generally are very successful and use profits to continue the generation of more technologies and more innovative products. Over time, the aggregate contribution of these successful companies contribute to sustained high economic growth in the country and begin the process of potentially eradicating poverty. Some of the common indicators of sustained high economic growth are political leadership and its ability to deploy the right infrastructure and business policies, strong focus on innovation, large amount of public and private investments, highly nimble resource mobility, high levels of savings, and a functioning market system. Observe that these indicators point to the fact that the three biggest and most influential players in innovation are industry, academia or education, and government. However, sustainable high growth largely depends on the industry's ability to innovate, invest, and entrepreneurship responding not only to local, but more importantly to global market needs. At the right prices, the global market is unlimited in volume and will tend to pull the local economy along through exports. Also, the global market is always in need of high technology-based products. It is also industry's task to lead in identifying market needs, implementing solutions, and delivering innovative products. Industry contributes to the training of technology experts through real-time design and development of products. But it is the academe through its various laboratories and research institutes that builds the foundation of technology experts and the generation of new and unique technologies. Therefore, academia must define and direct its research focus with industry to address market and society's needs. It is industry that take risks and provide the investments necessary to create products based on these technologies. To summarize, government implements the right infrastructures and business policies. Academia produces the manpower expertise through education, research institutes, creating technologies, and industry taking risks and provide the necessary investments to innovate and create products addressing those needs. When successful, extremely high revenues and corporate value is achieved, contributing to the country's need for high-value sustainable employment and further high levels of investments by industry. These industry profits and growth have immediate impact on employment, taxes for countries' infrastructure development, and funding for fundamental research by academia to fuel more innovation and product creation. Overall savings by the population grow significantly, and properly deployed by banks and investment institutions, significant growth in gross domestic product becomes an international attraction for foreign direct investments, which in turn bring in more investment and global market knowledge. This closed-loop system promotes high sustainable economic growth, which is the only known solution to eradicate poverty. When we talk about innovation, it is important that we mean inclusive innovation. Properly planned, inclusive innovation has the potential to lessen the gap between the rich and the poor. One of the tools we have for inclusive innovation is entrepreneurship. With proper and fair distribution of equity to investors, entrepreneurs, and employees, successful execution by the startup company or companies result in significant wealth for entrepreneurs, employees, and investors. This is one of those occurrences where knowledge is more valuable than money. Therefore, entrepreneurship is the fastest means of diffusing wealth to the population through knowledge and hard work, and beyond that, inclusiveness happens. In this context, there is no better example of entrepreneurship success than Silicon Valley. I know because I've lived there for the last 30 plus years. Significantly within the last 10 years, entrepreneurship penetrated the agenda of government, academia, and industry in many developing countries. This happens simply due to the possibilities that innovation and entrepreneurship brings in terms of wealth creation. Innovation and entrepreneurship become tools for economic development enabled by technologies developed from academia and industry research institutions. Thank you.